any attempt for us to move towards self-relation is ultimately a self-negating movement. It is a failure. And the sort of imagery I like to use to outline this is the notion of the Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail. I think this is the truth of self-relation. Self-relation is a negative movement because true being is participation in God. So the striving towards self-relation to isolation ultimately ends in, it is for one an impossible movement and a self-negating movement. The way the church fathers would say it is the will is separating from its nature. Nature is meant here in the sense of the purpose, the good, and the good is communion with God. So when you are moving away from communion with God, this is my interpretation at least, you're moving away from your purpose and from your good. I think that the self exists as absolute and yet also in relations with others simultaneously, and that the full realization of the union between these absolute selves and with the absolute himself occurs in the eschaton ultimately. So I think a lot of the paradoxes, or all of the paradoxes and antinomies we run into in this life, are with the fact that we're often making the mistake of comparing this incomplete reality that we exist in to eternal or eschatological standards. This reality that we live in, we can't speak in terms of absolute, I think, categories in terms of this historical reality, because we're always in a flow towards God.